Japan has blessed the world with some of the greatest food of all time, but today we're diving a little deeper to discover the foods that the majority of foreigners just can't seem to stomach. I'm Jun from Japan Junkie, and these are 10 Japanese food items that foreigners hate. Number 10. What does an octopus, a quail egg and a lollipop have in common? It sounds like the start to a bad joke, but the punchline is that this hybrid actually exists, and it's called tako tamago, meaning octopus egg. A candied baby octopus has its head stuffed with a quail egg and is served on a stick. It's a lean source of protein, and it's also high in vitamin B12, which helps with brain function. This entrant to the list comes in at number 10 because it's really only the concept that's off-putting. Who wouldn't want a sweet, salty and sticky snack? And everything just tastes better when it's served on a stick, not to mention that they just look so charming. Number 9. When thinking about difficult food from Japan, surely the first thing that creeps into nightmares is natto. These fermented soybeans are a staple in the Japanese diet and are even consumed at breakfast time. Natto is incredibly divisive, with people either loving it or hating it. The reason natto is difficult to eat is because of the smell and the consistency. As they're fermented, the smell has a pungent ammonia quality that can actually vary depending on the batch and the person's palate. Some people think it smells like strong cheese, others smell coffee, and others again smell Vegemite. This is bad enough, but coupled with the stringy texture that can be likened to mucus, and you may just wish you had baked beans instead. If you can get past the smell, the taste is actually quite good. It has a surprisingly mild flavour compared to the smell, with a nutty aftertaste. And because it's fermented, it's full of probiotics to help digestion and immunity. If you're thinking of trying natto, start off by using a spicy mustard sauce, stir well until it becomes stringy and sticky, or neba, and enjoy a small amount with a serve of rice. Still unsure? Maybe try natto ice cream. It might just turn you into a fan. Number 8. Goya, or bitter melon, is an Okinawan superfood that may be the secret to why Okinawa has one of the longest life expectancies in the world. This strange fruit is similar to its cucumber cousins, except for its bumpy exterior and very bitter taste. It's best eaten cooked, like in the Okinawan stir-fry Goya champuru. But if you do eat it raw, try soaking it first to remove some of the bitterness. As for its superfood qualities, this vegetable is actually said to help lower blood sugar for people with diabetes and even potentially help fight cancer cells. Number 7. You've heard the expression, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, umeboshi is the Japanese equivalent. This harmless-looking pickled plum is so innocent in a bed of rice, but many foreigners have discovered the hard way that this little red fruit can be face-puckeringly powerful. But if you can handle the atomic umeboshi, you'll discover how diverse this superfood can be. A common use is in the middle of a bed of rice, to utilise the antiseptic properties to keep the rice sterilised and safe for eating at lunchtime. Samurai even used them to counter fatigue from battle, as the high citric content can potentially ease muscle pain. And it may even fight off aging. So if you're going to try umeboshi, eat it in small quantities with rice, and just remember that they aren't always pitted. The last thing you need when your face is melting off is to have a broken tooth as well. Number 6. The next item is torisashi, which is chicken sashimi, literally raw chicken slices. While this concept goes against the one golden rule that everyone learns about eating chicken, the truth is that the rate of foodborne illness and bacteria is low in Japan, and when prepared properly, it's safe to eat. But try telling yourself that when you've spent your whole life cutting into overcooked chicken while it's still burning on the stove just to make sure it's not pink in the middle. So why would anyone eat this, you ask? The flavour and texture of raw chicken is a completely different experience, with the smooth texture having a slightly sweet flavour. But don't try this at home. Raw chicken can carry harmful bacteria, and the consumption of raw chicken is not even allowed in some countries. Number 5. Namako is a sea cucumber, and being called a sea cucumber, you'd be forgiven for thinking this food item is a vegetable. No, unfortunately, this animal is a closer relative to a starfish than an actual cucumber. They can grow up to 1.8 metres or 6 feet, and its leathery skin is covered in spines. Namako is a popular ingredient in Asian cuisine and is a good source of protein, collagen and minerals. The anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects are said to promote skin health and elasticity. Sounds intriguing, doesn't it? Then why does such an ingredient that boasts beautifying benefits look so hideously ugly? It looks like what would happen if you fed a common garden slug a whole jar of bodybuilding protein. Sea cucumbers are often marinated and eaten raw and have very little flavour but a crunchy texture. But considering sea cucumbers may contain harmful toxins, heavy metals and purines, do you think it's worth it for the beauty benefits? Number 4. If you're having a drink, what kind of snacks do you like to have? Peanuts, pretzels, potato chips? Well, at a Japanese bar, you can have shiokara. Shiokara literally means salty spicy, which sound like excellent qualities of a decent snack. However, do be warned that shiokara is squid, or sometimes fish, fermented in its own entrails. Some people enjoy eating shiokara because of its unique, strong and salty flavour that comes from the fermentation process. But apart from that, it can also improve digestion and boost immunity. Maybe that's why it's paired with beer as a way of countering the damage caused by drinking. So next time you're having a beer, consider whether a nice helping of shiokara will make the experience better. Number 3. The list just wouldn't be complete without mentioning blowfish. The fish, known as fugu in Japan, famously contains the deadly tetrodotoxin, but that only exists in its liver, eyes, skin and ovaries. While it's true that pufferfish contain deadly toxins that can lead to death and paralysis, Japan has strict standards and regulations in place to ensure the quality of fugu preparation. Chefs who offer this dish have to complete a 3-year apprenticeship and hold a license. There are less than 6 deaths every year. And while you may think, that's 6 deaths too many, why would I take that gamble? These deaths are usually caused by domestic preparation, where someone catches the pufferfish themselves and tries their hand at the complicated preparation process. In fact, from 1993 to 2006, there was only 1 death from fugu consumption that occurred at a restaurant. Number 2. Sea urchins, known as uni in Japan, may not seem too adventurous to some, but they are certainly an acquired taste. This might be a confronting fact, but while some people think they're eating the sea urchin flesh or roe, when you eat sea urchin, you're eating the only edible part of the creature, which is the gonads. When prepared, they look like yellow tongues and taste similar to oysters or caviar, but with a more distinct taste. The mineral taste is sweet and salty, and the rich texture is buttery like a thick mousse. If you're planning on trying sea urchins, you may want to make sure they're fresh, as the older sea urchins go bad quickly. And when it's bad, it's really bad. Number 1. Whatever you do, don't mistake this white paste for mayonnaise. The word shirako literally means white children. Can you guess what it is? It's the sperm sacs that male fish spray onto roe during reproduction. The testes are harvested from the bellies of male fish, similar to how roe is harvested, basically making shirako a kind of male caviar. It's usually eaten raw or slightly grilled, often as an appetizer or a snack. The creamy texture and sweetness make it a popular topping for sushi, though first-timers should probably try it deep-fried in batter to balance out the buttery texture. If you're still not convinced, shirako is a good source of protein, omega-3 fatty acids and vitamins. And it's considered an aphrodisiac, though probably not for the fish. Thank you for staying all the way to the end. You can leave a comment with any suggestions you have for future videos, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
ありがとう。またね。